Hello, this is Crimson Storm Surge, and today we will be playing some more Sonic Racing Crossworlds, and actually giving my sort of review thoughts, because I haven't really done like a proper sort of review video of this game, so I thought I might as well actually do one. We'll just kind of be playing some online races in the background. And also, firstly, before I get into that, thank you so much for all of the recent support on all of the shorts that I've been doing on this game, because they have actually been kind of popping off, and I have gained at minimum like 10 subscribers off all those shorts. So thank you very much, guys, for supporting those. But anyway, so my thoughts on this game. It is peak. It is a great game. So obviously everybody's comparing this game to Mario Kart World. Kinda rightfully so, honestly. So I do have Mario Kart World. And Mario Kart World, it is a good game. Like, I can't say Mario Kart World is a bad game, because it's not. The issue with Mario Kart World is it's a well-designed game that plays really well, but it's just boring. The intermission tracks, the online, like, no DLC, you know, like, yeah, when Mario Kart World first came out, I played it solidly for like a good 2 weeks to a month. You know, it was like a really, really good game. But there's basically nothing new to do in the game anymore. Since I haven't done all the like free roam stuff, but that kind of gets into my first complaint with Mario Kart World compared to this game. So, free roam in Mario Kart World does basically nothing. You don't unlock anything for actually playing that mode. You just get, like, you know, the Peach medallions and, like, all of that stuff. Technically, yeah, you unlock mirror mode, but genuinely, does anybody actually play mirror mode in these kart racing games? I know I don't. So, outside of mirror mode, you literally unlock nothing for playing the, free roam mode, and even then, you don't even need to collect, like, all the collectibles to unlock mirror mode. You need to collect, like, a fifth of them. You know, you need to collect barely any to actually even unlock mirror mode. So, actually, we'll go cyberspace. Whereas with this game, you are just constantly unlocking everything. So there's, like, achievements in this game, which you get by, like, doing certain tasks. Each race you play, you get the Domper tickets, which you then use to unlock, car parts and skins for the characters, and just a bunch of stuff. Time trials have a purpose in this game, so that unlocks the music tracks by playing time trial. So, you know, there really is just, like, so much stuff that you are constantly unlocking. And because everything that you unlock in this game also costs a ludicrous amount of tickets, it also means that, it's gonna take you forever to unlock everything. So Mario Kart World, technically took a while to unlock stuff, but more because of how irritating the Kamek item was, that you had to use that to actually unlock anything. They have apparently fixed that now, so you can unlock the characters another way, but still, too little too late, like, way too late. But once you've basically unlocked all the Kamek characters in Mario Kart World, there's not really anything else to unlock. Whereas I said, this game, it will take you literal months to unlock everything. And that's also not even including anything that they also add later, like a skin shop, which I'm pretty sure they're adding at some point, to use even more tickets. They might also even add new carts, for all I know. I hope they do, honestly. So that's, like, the first complaint. The controls between the games, like, it's by far where the two games are the most even. So both games actually control and play really, really well. I mean, the Sonic Racing game controls completely differently to Mario Kart, especially with the extreme gear like I'm currently using. The sort of drifts on this work completely differently to the karts in this game and the vehicles in Mario Kart. But generally, like, fluidity and stuff-wise, the games both control incredibly well. So I have zero complaints about how the games control. They are definitely on kind of equal footing there. Also, the online mode in this game is actually good. So, everybody's constantly talked about how absolutely cooked the online mode of Mario Kart World is, because you're forced to play the intermission tracks. And it doesn't even have, like, a custom race mode, like Mario Kart 8, where you can make, like, those tournaments and stuff. which I really wish it did. I mean, this game doesn't have that. It pretty much is just this ranked racing mode like I'm playing currently. But that's kind of fine. They are also doing basically Splatfests. So they do these festivals. So between the 3rd and the 6th of October is going to be the first one for this game, which is the Hatsune Miku Festival. Where you can unlock a bunch of things themed around Hatsune Miku, excuse me. So that's also really cool, because again, that gives you like incentive to come back and play this game. I do wish to some extent they didn't disable, because apparently the main racing mode will be disabled while these festivals are on. I do wish they didn't do that, but at the same time, if they are supposed to basically be Splatfests, that is kind of how they worked in Splatoon. You know, the main matchmaking mode of Splatoon got disabled when there was a Splatfest on. So that's like fair, I guess. This game does have a lot of modes. So it has obviously the main Grand Prix mode, as well as time trials, which Mario Kart World has. So obviously Mario Kart World has the battle mode. I really like the battle mode in the Mario Kart games, and I genuinely wish they would actually put more focus on that mode, because I really like that mode. This game instead has Race Park, which is basically the team mode from Team Sonic Racing, but put in this game. So in Race Park, you are put into teams, and then you have to race as a team, and by doing like certain things during the race, you get like a speed boost. So that's kind of how that works, which is actually quite cool that they kind of ported over the Team Sonic Racing mechanic. I do admittedly wish there was a toggle online where you could play the team race mode. I know that's how the festivals will work, so when there's one of these like Splatfest festivals on, they will be team-based, but I wish just generally you could play the team mode online. Because I don't really care to just play it with bots, which is kind of a shame. But the mode itself is fine. I think I do prefer the battle mode of Mario Kart. And also, obviously, Mario Kart World added Knockout Tour, which is an absolutely peak mode, and I love that. And that is basically the only reason why I'm still playing Mario Kart World, is because of that mode. Because that mode is genuinely, like, brilliant. So I must say, like, modes-wise, because I really like Balloon Battle and and Knockout Tour is so fun, I will actually give modes to Mario Kart World, because I do think that does have the better modes. Again, vehicles are way better in this game. So in this game, you can completely make up your own vehicles by basically just fusing the front, back, and wheels from a bunch of other vehicles and basically make a Frankenstein's monster car, which is really cool. And Mario Kart World had less customization than Mario Kart 8 because they removed the ability to, like, split the... You know, where you selected, like, the car, the wheels, and the glider. I don't get why they removed that, honestly. I really don't. So customization by a country mile goes to this game, because it is so fun to make karts. And also, this game has, like, a bunch of sponsored, like, car parts. So, you know how in Mario Kart 8 they added the... I can't remember which cars they were, like the Mercedes-Benz, I think. Well, this game you can just basically race on a Samsung phone, which is very funny. Along with a bunch of other, like, random sponsors, just, like, some Puma, like, stickers. This game is really weird with, like, a bunch of sponsorship, like, stickers that you can equip to the cards, which is funny. The music in this game is also better than Mario Kart World. Not... Mostly, I was trying to get that special item box, and I just completely missed, so that sucks. But mostly because this game actually has a jukebox. So Mario Kart World, his soundtrack is amazing, because it basically has, like, every song from, like, every Sonic game ever. I mean, Mario game ever, in that game. The issue is you can't actually listen to any of the songs, because there's no jukebox feature, and I'm gonna place, like, 10th now because I got hit by that, so bruh. We just got Mario Karted and Sonic. But this game actually has a jukebox, so you can actually listen to the songs, which, as I said, you unlock by winning the time trials. So that is really, really fun. And I said, also, this game has, like, a proper ranked system, where you get, like, rewards and stuff by winning as well. So I haven't, I suppose, really touched on the track design and, like, the tracks, which I should do. So I think that's what I'll do as like my next point. So the tracks in both games, like if we're ignoring the intermission tracks and just focusing on the 3-lap like tracks in Mario Kart World, the Mario Kart World tracks are really good. Like I'd say they are on par with this game. Like the tracks across both I really like. The issue is because of the intermissions in Mario Kart World, I will say that the track design is better in this game because I think the crossworlds gimmick of you racing just a proper lap on another track on the second lap rather than you just racing down like a straight road is way more interesting and way better done. I think Mario Kart World could have genuinely been the better game. Like, if the open world mode was like a proper story mode like Odyssey, and stuff where you were going around collecting, like, the things for specific purposes, and, like, that was how you unlocked the characters and the tracks and stuff, that would have been genuinely peak to basically make, like, a Mario platforming game, but you're in a car. The issue is, they did not do that. So I do kind of think, obviously, in that regard, the track design for this game is better. Also, this game has the rival interactions, so when you play Grand Prix, against another character, you get like a little rival interaction. Fidel Games Cage has recently done like a 4-hour video ranking all of them, which I find very funny. But some of those interactions are genuinely really good. I do really like them, and I'm really glad they're in the game. And they also give this game a load of lore. So it kind of gives like a bunch of backstory to the Deadly Six in this game, and it also states that Shadow's like shoes are actually use the same technology as Extreme Gear, which is actually a really interesting thing. So I guess at some point Gerald Robotnik like must have encountered like the like Jet and stuff's like parents or something, and they told Gerald about Extreme Gear, and then he fashioned shoe versions of it. And it's little things like that that make those rival interactions really, really cool, because it's actually adding a bunch of like lore and backstory. And also, with, like, Sage being in this game, since obviously most characters haven't actually... How the hell did I end up hitting that caterpillar thing? Like, dude. So since most characters have not actually met Sage yet, that's also quite interesting, because you then get, like, all the characters' like, opinions on the fact that Eggman now basically has a kid, which is really funny. So yeah, that's like really really interesting. I do kind of wish there was like a gallery in this game so you could like actually watch them yourself rather than having to either look up a YouTube video or, you know, play a bajillion and one things yourself. That magnet literally shot me off the track. What the hell? I'm great. Now I'm getting sawed in half and slimed. Oh my goodness. Holy lord, man. I am actually just getting obliterated by everybody, man. Yikes. But yeah, so I think if Mario Kart does get DLC, how have 3 people got a Drill Wisp? Like, how did 3 people get a Drill Wisp? If Mario Kart gets updates, I do think that game can be as good as this game. It's just the game actually needs updates. So the items in this game are, I was going to say unbalanced, but like fairly. That probably doesn't make any sense. But it's kind of one of them things where if everything is broken, then nothing is broken. So that basically is the philosophy of this game, really. So all the items are really overpowered, but because every item is really overpowered, then it kind of doesn't really matter as much. So I do kind of like that to some extent. And I do think the items are fun, especially because there's certain gadgets that will give you exclusive items. So there's like a warp ring gadget, which gives you this warp ring item, and that's the only way that you can use the warp ring in this game, is by equipping the gadget. So actually, while I've mentioned the gadgets, I will just go off on a tangent and talk about those. So the gadget system in this game is really cool. So basically, you have all these things that give you like different abilities. So like this one prevents me losing rings when I hit a wall. This one gives me rings when I do air tricks. This makes my machine faster. There's like hundreds of these things. Like, I'm not even exaggerating. There is genuinely hundreds of them in this game. which really, really helps you change your playstyle. Because, like, when I was trying to grind out the time trials to get the music tracks, I had to keep constantly changing gadgets to make sure that I was actually using the one that, like, worked sort of properly. Let me also just show you the silly Samsung phone, like, hoverboard. So yeah, that's like really cool, because I did wonder if the gadget system would kind of be busted. So like there was one gadget set that was just vastly better than every other gadget set, and then everybody would just always run that one. It's possible after a few months of this game being out that will be the case, but currently it doesn't really seem like that's the case, which I do love. Especially because, like, in online, obviously the tracks are random, and certain gadget sets are better on certain tracks than others, so you kind of don't know which track you'll actually be racing on. If all the tracks were, like, predetermined in, like, a set order or something, then yeah, I think everybody would just run, like, a specific gadget set. But because that's not how it works, it does make the gadgets feel a lot more balanced, which I do like. But again, going back to the items, I do think on the whole they are balanced. There's also more strategy involved in Mario Kart, because obviously Mario Kart you can just kind of bag and get like the OP items. This game, it does pay you to be in first place. And also the other thing is, because you can't hold items behind you in this game like you can in Mario Kart, it means that do you use your item in hope of hitting somebody, or do you save your item in hope of like blocking an attack, or do you or depending on like what item you have, do you use that item in hope for like a better item, or do you kind of save this item for like whatever niche use that item might have? So there's a lot more like strategy involved with the items in this game. Also, the shortcuts on this track are way easier to land than I initially thought they would be. So yeah, that's kind of like where I sort of stand on the items and gadgets. Yeah, I do think, as I said, they are pretty balanced, like, compared to what I kind of feared that they would be. But, oh yeah, so the other point I was going to make about this game was, like, updates. So, obviously, this game has announced 1,000, like, updates that are coming. So, next month, we're getting Minecraft Steve, and all assorted Minecraft characters, and Joker, Mr. Persona 5 himself. Okay, I was expecting to get hit by an anvil there, I'm not gonna lie. So, and then the month after that, so in November, we're then getting SpongeBob SquarePants and Ichiban from Yakuza Like a Dragon. Then December, we're getting Nights from Nights into Dreams, which is actually going to be really cool. And this time, you can actually race as Knights instead of Knights being like the car, like was the case with Transformed. So that is also like really good. Then into next year, we're getting like Mega Man eventually, and Pac-Man. Like those two characters, I am so hyped to play. Like genuinely, I cannot wait to play as Pac-Man and Mega Man. Like the fact they are in this game makes me genuinely so happy. Like if I wasn't gonna buy the game before, I would have bought the game because of those two characters. Like unironically. So you know, whereas with Mario Kart, there's been like no indication that I game's even getting updates. I assume eventually it will, but I am surprised it didn't get one for the release of DK Bonanza, as I think a lot of people were. Because I do think it is strange that they didn't. Where the hell did this dude come from? But yeah, I do think it is weird that we didn't get Bonanza, like, themed DLC with, like, adding King K. Rool as a character, because I really, really would have liked K. Rool as a character in Mario Kart. And then add, like, Gangplank Galleon as a track or something. That would have been so peak. So if Mario Kart does eventually get updates that fix the online mode and that, add new characters and tracks, then that will be great, providing they don't charge money for them. Because, like, Mario Kart costs slightly more than this game. I know the DLC, like the crossover characters in this game, do cost money, which I was kind of expecting them to, because like it's sort of a Smash Bros situation. You know, the DLC characters are, like the crossover characters are going to cost money because of licensing, which is fine. If Mario Kart decides to add like a bunch of super like weird and wonderful characters to that game and charge money, fine. If we're just gonna add like King K. Rool or something, like don't charge money for that, make it a free update. Because then also Mario Kart can kind of compete with Sonic a bit more by saying like, oh yeah, our like DLC content is free, whereas like this game, most of it costs money. So that would be interesting to see, but I think currently as it stands, Sonic is a better racing game. It is a harder racing game, so Mario Kart is much more beginner friendly. This game is very complicated. But if you've played Transformed or Riders, you will be fine with this game. If you've never played a Sonic racing game before in your life, you will find this a bit difficult at first, but it is like one of them where eventually like you will work out what you're doing. So yeah, I do definitely think Sonic Racing is the better game, but I think eventually they could be equal. I don't think Mario Kart will ever surpass this game, but I think once both games have got like every ounce of content that they're ever going to get, then I think there is potentially will at least be like on equal footing with each other. But yeah, so that's where I stand with this game and with Mario Kart. And if you found this review helpful, let me know in the comments below. Please like and subscribe, and again, please continue supporting all of my recent shorts content. Oh, and also, if you have Fortnite, use code CrimsonGoat in the Fortnite item shop. Thank you. Bye.